So, so in this video, we're going to discuss how you can use metacognition to become an expert student, an expert learner. So, what is metacognition? Metacognition is the ability to think about thinking, to be consciously aware of oneself as a problem solver, and to monitor and control one's mental processing, and to be aware of the type of learning that you are doing. All right. So, in order to illustrate this point, we're going to count the vowels in the following slide. So I want you to determine how many vowels are going to be on the following slide. So count all the A's, the E's, the I's, the O's, and the U's on the following slide. And I'm just going to let this video run for 45 seconds, and then I'm going to keep going. Okay? So, all right. So we're starting the 45-second timer now. All right. You have 30 seconds left. So remember, you're just counting the vowels on these words. That's all you're doing right now. All right, 15 seconds. All right, and that's it. All right, so now what I want you to do is on a piece of paper that you have, and don't rewind the video, don't look back at the slides, how many words or phrases can you remember from that list of words that you just saw? All right, so take another 10 to 30 seconds. All right, I'll give you 30 more seconds from now. All right, and write as many words and phrases as you possibly can. All right, so that was about 30 seconds. So how many words did you remember? When I first did this exercise, uh, I remembered one word. So don't. There's no shame if you remember no words or if you remember 2 words or 3 words. It's totally fine. You weren't focused on the words. You were focused on the vowels. All right. So we're gonna try this exercise again, but now we want to think more about how are these so I want you to try to remember how many words, all the words on the next slide. Right, they're the same group of words, but I want you to also pay attention into how are these words arranged, and see if you notice the pattern in how these words are arranged, and see if you can uh, find determine see how much you can improve your score by. Okay, so you get another 45 seconds, starting now. 30 seconds left. 15 seconds. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. All right. So now try again on a blank piece of paper. Write out how many words and phrases you can think of. All right. I'll give you 30 seconds to do that. All right. So starting now. All right. 15 more seconds. All right. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So hopefully, when you added the two strategies together, you were able to get more words. I think when I did this the first time, I went from 1 word to 11 times. 11 words. So I've known students who've been able to get all, I think, was it 16? 15. I've gotten all 15 words. So you and some of them have started with like two. So don't feel bad if you didn't but overall you should be shown significant improvement. So what I want you to think about is what are the two major differences between those first attempts. Okay. So think about it in your head for a couple seconds here, and then I'm gonna give my opinion. So the reason you were able to do better the second time around compared to the first time is first you knew what the heck we were doing. We're not looking for vowels. We were looking for the words. So you knew that you had to look for the words. So that helps, knowing what your task was. Second thing is you knew how the information was organized. You knew to try to look for a pattern. Okay? Those two strategies, right, helped you significantly improve your performance. Very similar, in a similar fashion, when you're doing your homework and when you're doing your trying to take your exams, if you are able to know how the information is organized and you knew specifically what the task is asking you to do and maybe why you're doing it, that will help you significantly when you're trying to to take your tests, right? And to do better on your exams and to just to learn more in general. Right? So here are some strategies you can use to use metacognition. You can think aloud. All right. You can constantly ask yourself why, what if questions, and trying to write out your information and verbalizing or talking about it without referencing any external materials is a really good way to test your knowledge. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to talk about, which we're going to start in our next video, is if you can try to use those higher level learning activities. And so instead of trying to memorize or count the number of vowels, if you can think or apply, you can do more demanding learning. And we're going to talk about what classifies as more demanding learning using Bloom's taxonomy, which is going to be the focus of our next video.